Hey.
What are we doing today?
Today I'm gonna cut my hair again. It's that time of the week. The hair is getting long, so I thought it would be a good time to show everyone who has growing hair how to do it.
Okay,
I don't know if it'll work for everybody, but I feel like it works for me, so...
let's see your hair before.
Okay, my hair before.
Let me go around.
Alright, what does it look like? Fuzzy?
Quite long, actually. Why is your hair done? Like, why do you do your hair and then you cut it?
So right now I'm gonna cut my hair and you'll notice that my hair is done. I'm not gonna wash off the product. Depends on you. If you want to, you can. I actually find it a little easier because my hair is quite straight and goes everywhere. So when there's a little bit of product in it, actually keeps it together and it's easier to cut.
And while you're cutting your hair,
Yeah.
are you gonna clean up this?
Wait, what do you mean? I'm not clean. I am not shaving this glorious bad boy off.
Okay, cool. Just thought I'd ask.
You know darn well this isn't coming off.
Gross. Just kidding.
Alright, so I got this little hair cape thing from Amazon a while back, but now Amazon is like May 4th before you get your next order, so maybe just grab a t-shirt you don't like. Things you'll need. This cape is something you're gonna need. You need clippers, you might need a pair of scissors if you want to get into the detail. And I have this broken old IKEA mirror thing that used to be like those pull-out ones, but it's now just this. I use it so that I can get the back of my head because it's really hard to do it without a mirror. Okay, step one. I'm going to be using this at its closest shave. You'll notice up, down, right? See how that's open? And that's closed. So those are the terms I'm gonna use. I'm gonna do it completely closed so that you can get as close to the skin as possible, and we'll start from there and make some lines.
Bowl cut time.
Well, I always like to start right about here, like the temple area, and then just make my first line across. Essentially what I'm trying to do is do both sides and then meet in the middle and the back. So can you see in the camera what I see? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to use the back to get that. Oops, it's okay, I can fix that.
What happened?
I just went a little bit too short, that's okay.
What a beautiful bowl cut.
What? Really get in there if you're first time doing it. You're gonna feel a little like tentative, just do it. So that's the first line. Then I'm gonna open it up to fully open. So from the closed to fully open. And then I'm gonna make a second line probably about an inch up. Am I doing it right?
I hope so.
I mean, sometimes I can't see the back.
Well, I see a second line.
That's good. Okay, so next we're gonna slap on a guard, and this is a number 1. Sorry, there's a lot of hair on it, but it's a number 1. I'm gonna slap it on. I'm going to keep it completely open, so not closed, open, so that I have some room to work with if I make a mistake, because those happen. So another line is what you want to do. Again, ½ inch to an inch up. At this point, I'm just trying to get it to look like it's going straight up instead of starting to curve with the rest of my head. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to go straight up the head as if it's the side of my cheek, and then the rest of the way of the blade goes upwards instead of following the shape of my head. Which is why then I do like this scooping movement, because if I just keep following the blade, it's gonna go up my head rather than straight up. So that's why I do a scoop. So you can go over it pretty quickly and pretty frequently, just so you get close enough to everything. The guard's gonna protect most of it anyway, so that's why it's a guard. At this point, you've done most of the work anyways. Now you're just trying to blend in all the lines. If you remember in the beginning, we said it was a 0 and it was closed. And then the second line was that completely open without the guard. So somewhere in between is where I want to be. So I try to find halfway open, and at that halfway open, I'm gonna just start picking at that first line until it blends away. So if you feel like you're not really getting anywhere with the first line and it's not going away, it probably means you need to get a little closer or close up the guard a little bit, just so you start to take away some of the hair. So you'll notice I'm not going big movements. It has to be in that line. If I go too high, I'm gonna start taking off that second line. I do not want that. And I don't use the whole blade, I'll use a corner just so I can blend it a little bit more controlled. It's just like school. You just have to color in the line. All right, so we're gonna do the second big line, and so that, if you remember, was a one guard completely open. So that means I'm gonna either do it completely closed or just somewhere slightly open, but enough to make a difference between the two lines. So I have it completely closed at one right now, and don't worry if there's still a line. If there's still a line, it means you can still blend something. So you'll notice I'm not gentle with this. You can pretty much go at it and it should be fine. Just make sure you don't go too high, right? It's just within that line area. And you should be able to hear the differences. You'll hear the clippers take off some of the hair. Things are doing it right. So for the most part, I think most of it's done, but I just want to get the smaller details. So I'll look in the mirror and I'll see whether this hair, you can see a step or not. And if you still see a step, it means you probably didn't get the blend really good. So I'm just gonna go over it. So normally I would probably grab some of the top and shorten it here and there just a little bit. So I feel like this is a really loose strand. There's no rhyme or reason. It's not really like a scientific process. I just kind of see grab and I snip that. As for how long you want to keep the top, that's everyone's personal preference. I usually just trim a little bit here and there just to get the length a little bit more under control. That's it. Wait, so how long was that?
I think like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so this shouldn't take you that long. Your first time might take you a little longer because you're being more careful, but as you get more comfortable with it, it's pretty much a 15-minute process, which is kind of nice. Hey, so hopefully that was a helpful tutorial for you. If it's pretty confusing while you're cutting your hair, feel free to leave a message on anything about the tutorial and I'll try to get back to you the best I can. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. If you like and subscribe, that would mean so much to us, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye!